Right, hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm back with another match preview. This time it's West Bromwich Albion versus Swansea City in the Sky Bet Championship this Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff away at the Hawthorns. So yeah, it's the games are coming thick and fast. It's Vito Martins' first away game at the club, and it's sort of first game after having first proper game after having time with the players. Obviously, he did have the game against Derby midweek, but he wouldn't have had much time to have prepared for that. And I think a lot of that performance and the lineup that was picked was probably down to some of the other coaches, rather than fully down to him. He would have had a few training sessions. He would have reflected on that game against Derby, and hopefully a lot of his ideas will be put forward now for this West Brom game. I think he described it as a cup final in one of his interviews, and I can see where he's coming from, with all the results in midweek. We currently sit at the moment. We currently sit just 2 points off the drop. So yeah, it is getting worrying. Sheffield United are starting to pick up a bit of form now as well. So um, yeah, it is becoming worrying, and West Brom are a team who are in a similar position to us as it stands. We currently sit in 19th, they sit in 17th. They're off the back of a 1-1 draw against Birmingham. So, games against the teams around you are vital, and I know it's away from home, but we've got to be looking to get 3 points. I know it's very hard to see at the moment with the form we're on after 4 defeats on the bounce, but given our circumstances, I don't think a draw is enough. We have to be going there to win. Whether we'll get that is a different thing. But um, I think we definitely got to be aiming to get all 3 points. Especially given the position we are in at the moment. But got to try and keep optimistic. Obviously, he's a new manager who hasn't had much time, and I think things will start to hopefully pick up soon. And hopefully we can see the best out of the squad. But Tuesday was dreadful, to be honest with you. Other than the first 20 minutes or so. But then yeah, going on to the injury news for both sides. So starting off for West Brom, we've got Jed Wallace out with a calf injury. They've got Alex Williams out with an ankle injury, and they've got George Campbell out with a groin injury. As for the Swans, I think we've got a fully fit squad to choose from at the moment, so we don't have any injury news or suspensions or anything like that. So yeah, we're all good to go on that side of things. And then going on to the key players then for both teams. So the first player I've gone with for West Brom is Toby Collier, obviously on loan from Man United. A really good player, especially at this level. He's played a few games in the Premier League and other cup competitions for United as well. So I think he's definitely a danger man. So yeah, I'll go with him. Second player I'm going to go with is Jason Malumbi, another good player at this level and definitely someone who can cause problems. And the third player I'm going to go with is Josh Madger. He is a proven goal scorer at this level. I'm sure he scored against us for West Brom before as well, and he's had spells at some other clubs as well. I'm pretty sure he was at Sunderland and I think it was Bordeaux as well. But yeah, he's had he scored some goals in the past and definitely someone who can cause us trouble on the weekend. And then going on to the Swans key players, if there's any West Brom fans watching this, I think these are the Swans danger men you sort of need to keep an eye out for. Firstly, I'm going to go with Ethan Galbraith. He got a goal on Tuesday, consolation goal in the end. Obviously, we couldn't make anything of that or build on that goal, but I think Galbraith's been one of our most consistent and best performers all season so far, so I'll go with him. Secondly, I'm going to go with Zanva Potnik. He's struggled in the last few games, but I think as a team we've struggled. But he's one of the bright sparks in the team, scoring a few goals this season, and I'm hoping he can get to double figures soon. And the third player I'm going to go with is Zidane Nusa. To be honest, he doesn't play all the time. He doesn't start all the time, but when he does, I think he's very very bright and optimistic, and definitely someone who I think needs to start more. So I think if he can come off, well, if he does come off the bench, he'll be very bright. But I think personally, I'd like to see him start the game, which brings me on to my starting 11 for Saturday. So in goals, I'm going to go with Lawrence Vigouroux. Right back, I think I'd like to see Ethan Galbraith right back. I think, obviously Josh Key has had a lot of stick, and he's been under a bit of pressure from the fans. But I think, regardless of that, he does just look knackered as well. I think he does need a break, and he needs a rest. So I'm going to go with Ethan Galbraith right back, Josh Tangman left back, Ben Cabango and Cameron Burgess as the centre backs. In midfield, then I'll go with Marco Stamenic, I'll go with Goncalo Franco, and I'll go with Malik Yalkoué. And then on the wings, I'd like to see the two Swedish boys, Zidane Anusa and Waddell. They can both play as sort of number 10s as well behind the striker, especially Waddell. But I'll play them out on the wings, and then Zan Vapotnik up front. I think, I think we need to change. As I said, he looks absolutely shattered, and he looks a bit out of his depth, to be honest. Um, and I think, by having Galbraith at right back, it frees up the option to have more of those creative players in midfield. Obviously, Franco is a workhorse, and then Yalkoué likes to get forward a little bit as well, and then you've got the presence of Stamenic, and then obviously, as I said, the three up front. So yeah, that's the team I'd like to go for. Whether he'll pick that, but probably not. But that's the team personally I'd like to see. And then finally going on to score prediction. Um, as I said, we have to be going there to get 3 points, but I'm trying to be confident and optimistic, but I haven't seen enough to really predict us to go to West Brom and get a win, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm going to say West Bromwich Albion 1, Swansea City 1. I think we're going to get a point. In normal circumstances, I think a point would be a very, very good result against West Brom. It's a tough place to go, but given where we are at the moment, I think we do need all three. But I am going to go with a 1-1 draw, unfortunately. I'm going to say, to get the goal for West Brom, I'll go with Josh Madger, and to get the goal for the Swans, I'll I'll go with Zidane and Nusa. So yeah, 1-1. Once again, a massive thanks for watching this. I will be back tomorrow for a matchday vlog. I will be making the trip up to West Brom. I believe it's my 6th time going to the Hawthorns to do West Brom away. Yeah, it's always a good one, but hopefully we can try and get the 3 points. But as I said, a massive thanks for watching this, and stay tuned for tomorrow.